Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's do a makeup updates where I go through products I've been trying recently and tell you what I think about them. You know what might be fun to do? Let's rank them, like from worst to first. Okay. The worst thing that I tried in the last couple of weeks were these guys. And I'm so sad. These were sent to me by Prime Prometics. These are called the Prime Eye Brightener. All right, so there's 5 shades. They're actually really pretty. I'm wearing this one today in Afterglow, and it is a kind of slightly shimmery, not metallic, but slightly shimmery cream shadow. But do you see how quickly it blends away? That's one of the things I don't like about it. I feel like I have to keep putting more and more and more on. Another problem I have with these is that because they are so very creamy, once I get it blended how I want on my lid, and I put on more, and then I put on a little bit more, about the 3 to 4 hour mark, these start to crease. These settle in my creases, and the older I get, the more creases I have. And since Prime Prometics is a brand that's geared towards mature skin, I was sure that wasn't going to happen with these, but it does, and I'm very disappointed. So I wouldn't recommend these at all. I put on a couple today just because I wanted to double check that, yes, this is exactly what I'm thinking about. These are the problems I have with them, but there are better kind of cream shadow sticks out there. All right. That's the only product that I tried recently that I was like, terrible, don't try. Everything else here is ranked from what I've reached for the most because I've been reaching for all of these. I like all of these. Some of these I love, and some of them I think are really good, but they're not at the tippy top. Okay, so let's start next with the mascara that I'm wearing today, also from Prime Prometics. This is a tubing mascara. They sent me several tubes of this, and I opened the ones that were in navy and mulberry, and I'm wearing the mulberry one today with the mulberry liner, and I can't tell you how much I've been enjoying this, especially this fall. If you want a colored tubing mascara, you're going to love the color options they have. There's a brown, there's a black, there's the blue, there's the mulberry shade, kind of like a, burgundy-ish brown shade. They've got some really, really lovely colors, and it's a tubing mascara, so it comes off with warm water. It's really easy that way. Now, is it the best tubing mascara I've ever used? No. But I do love that it's tubing. I'll take a tubing mascara over a traditional mascara any day of the week and twice on Sundays. That's just me. I love the ease of removal. But I have really, really been liking the fact that these come in beautiful, beautiful shades, and it's been making my fall just that much more fun. Next are the brow pencils from Prime Prometics. I actually really like these. I think these are nice, but these are not the sort of product that I would run out and buy just this. There are some brow products that I will spend the extra money to buy from a brand that I only buy brow products from. If you're making a Prime Prometics order, are the brow pencils good? Yes, they are. Today I am wearing the shade Ash Brown. I feel like it's a really good match for my skin. They also sent me Brunette. It is a small brow pencil. It's not like the biggest out there. I think it's a little bit smaller than like a Brow Wiz and stuff, but I don't feel like it's definitely not like the 0.8 millimeter that you get from Benefit or the 0.9 millimeter that you get from Revie Beauty or other places. This is actually a small pencil, but it's not the smallest there is. If you're looking for really fine detail work, what I like about this is that this stays in my brows really well. It spoolies really nicely. It fills in fairly quickly, and it stays all day. That's what I want from a brow product. And I feel like the shade is particularly a good match for me. Sometimes they can be too orange or too red. This one actually is really, really nice. All right, next. This is a set that was sent to me from Merit, and it is their set of 3 mini cheek products. Now, I only have 2 of the minis because I already had one of the shades, and so I gave the mini that I hadn't used yet in that same shade to a friend. But so these are the colors right here. This is the full size that I already had, but I'm wearing this one today. This one's called Le Bon Bon, and it's a really beautiful bright pink blush. I really like the Merit Cheap Flush Bombs, and this little mini set has been fantastic. So here's Le Bon Bon. This is Redux. It's a little bit warmer, a little bit more terracotta leaning. And then Postmodern, which is definitely more of like a berry, almost a red sort of cheek. And when you blend them out, they're really very pretty. I think they're super easy to wear. I haven't been wearing them as much because I've been powdering my face. I powdered my face today, my full face, and I struggled. Should have put this on first and then selectively powdered where I needed it, but I was not paying attention. I was kind of rushing putting my face on today. I have been liking these. I think these are great. I haven't been reaching for them as much as some other blushes in my collection, but I do like the colors. I think they're great colors for fall. All right, let's talk eyeliners. I got a huge set of Prime Prometics eyeliners. These are the Prime Eyes Glide eyeliner. And I have some favorite shades, some shades that I like quite a lot. One of them is called Smoky. This is one that I've been using in place of black, where it's not as dark. There is a black, I think it's called Coal. This one here is in Mocha. It's a really pretty brown. They have a lot of beautiful brown shades. Like there's a bronze, there's a light golden shade. Like they have some really, really, really lovely shades. Oddly enough, I've been enjoying wearing this blue and sapphire. I don't know like who I am anymore because I'm always afraid of blue eye makeup. I don't know what it is, but this is so approachable. It's such a pretty color. All right, let me tell you about the formula. So I like the colors. There's even an emerald in here. Did I swatch the emerald for you? No, I didn't. So emerald, smoky, mocha, mulberry, and sapphire. These are all the shades that I have. I did share, they sent me so many. And I knew that it would just be wrong of me to keep them. So I shared some with my kids. My kids are loving the gel liners. They really, really like these. I like these a lot too. For me, it's the shades. I kept the fun shades for myself and let my kids fight over the black and the different nuanced shades of brown. I'm like, I'm gonna keep brown for me. I'm gonna keep the emerald. I'm gonna keep the mulberry, and I'm gonna keep the sapphire for me. But I like this shade here in Smoky is really pretty because it's not really black, and it's like a dark gray. So if you're looking for a dark gray eyeliner, those sometimes can be kind of hard to find. If you're looking for some definition but you don't want it to be too dark, too heavy. I feel like the older I get, if I put something that's too dark on my lash line, I'm trying too hard. I'm trying too hard and I don't like the way it looks. All right, so the formula of these, they glide very nicely. Do they glide as well as the Victoria Beckham? No. I feel like they stay just a little bit better. The Victoria Beckham ones on me stay beautifully above the lash line, but when I put them in the waterline, they don't stay. They kind of go places. These stay in my waterline for, I would say, at least half the day. And there must be something with like the tears that my eyes make. They might be caustic or something because it does break up a little bit. Now, I don't get any smudging, which I like. So I have been enjoying wearing these guys. And once they're set, I mean, they're set. They don't really go anywhere. And I like that. So above the lash line and on the lower lash line, if you're just using them that way, they're great. If you're looking for something in the waterline, like literally tight lining in the waterline, these will work. But for me, they don't last all day. But I do like that they don't smudge on me. All right, now another liner that I would say is next that I have really been liking are these guys. These are the Wind Glider Gel Eyeliners from What's Up Beauty. What's Up Beauty sent me 3 of them. Let me swatch these for you. I'll have to swatch them in a different direction so that you can tell which is which. Here are the ones from What's Up Beauty. We have Burgundy, brown, and black. I've mostly been sticking to these two. I have used the black, but the burgundy and the brown have really been serving me well. What I like about these liners is they do glide beautifully. I would say they glide just a little bit better than the ones from Prometics, and they stay just a little bit better. I feel like these are a really beautiful gel eyeliner. I have been liking these quite a lot. I feel like I haven't used one in a video recently, but I have been using them kind of like behind the scenes. I think they're really great. Other ones that once they set, they don't go anywhere. I like that about them. I also really like that in my tight line, these stay a little bit better than the ones from Prime Prometics. So if you're looking for something that stays in the waterline and that there aren't as many colors, these are the only 3 colors there are. But you got a brown, you got a black, and you got a fun color in burgundy. So I love the colors that I'm getting from Prime Prometics, but I'd say formula-wise, these eke them out just a little bit. All right, next is a set of products that I have not stopped reaching for since they arrived at my doorstep, and it's the Jones Road Bobby 5.0 kit. This kit is beautiful. I think it's still available if you wanted to pick it up. It comes with a mini Miracle Balm. There are 2 shades. I have the shade Chic. It's the lightest shade that there is. I gotta start swatching on the other hand. That's what Chic looks like. It's a really, now I know Miracle Balm is not everybody's favorite. I feel it's kind of like one of those products that you love it or you hate it. I really like it. I like it as blush. I like it as highlight. I like it, you know, like a thin veil on the face to just kind of make my face look like I'm not the crypt keeper. I really, really like it. Now, the product I have been loving, and I can't stop wearing is this. This is the new Illuminator, and this is in the shade Baby Pink. This only comes in the set right now. I'm hoping, cross your fingers with me, that this is going to be kind of like their way of introducing it, and they're going to keep the Illuminator in the Jones Road lineup because this product is fantastic. Love this cream highlight. All right, so I'm going to do a little swatchy swatch of it next to, and you can see it right here. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. I love that it's got hydration to it. Almost all of the Jones Road products have that level of hydration that just make them easy to wear. But I have been loving this, not just as highlight, but also as hydration for the face. Because there are sometimes, now that we're getting into colder weather, my skin is definitely, instead of being normal and oily, now it's kind of getting to be oily and dry in places. And especially on the cheeks, this really helps it look like the best version of me. All right, other things that I've really been loving from this set, the lip product here. This is called Batch 18. It's called the Lip Batch 18. And it is basically, it looks like a lab sample, and that's what it is, of this lip product that you could use on the lips, you could use on the cheeks, you could use it anywhere you want, really. But it is a beautiful kind of rosy brown. And this rosy brown is beautiful. It has the smallest bit of sparkle to it, and not in a glittery Claire's kind of way, but definitely more in a grown up, but just a little bit of shimmer to add dimension sort of way that I really, really like. It does have a little bit of a peppermint scent to it. And I like that. It feels really nice on the lips, and it doesn't go outside my vermilion border. All right, one thing I've really been liking, and it surprises me because it's not a gel pencil, but their pencil, I think it's called the Best Pencil. Yeah, the Best Pencil. And this is in a shade they don't have out yet, except for in the Bobby kit. It comes in both shades. The kit comes in 2 shades, in Chic and in Cheeky, and this shade in Espresso is in both of them. Now, this is not going to act the same way these guys do here, because these guys don't move at all. This one here, it stays where you put it, but it is blendable. But when you lay it down, and as long as you're not doing this, it stays really well. Now, I cannot trust this in my waterline. I cannot put this in my tight line. This is definitely a different type of pencil for a different type of person. If you like kind of more of a kohl pencil, you're going to love this. This is fantastic. I have been liking it, but it's very different formula-wise than these guys. But I have really been liking it. Now, the one product that comes in this set that I wanted to love with my whole heart, and I like it, I just don't love it, is their, what is this called? This is the eyeshadow stick. So, the eyeshadow stick, this is in Smoky Brown. The other kit that comes with deeper shades comes with the deeper shade in this as well. But this, I love the way it looks at first. I like how it blends. I like that it doesn't instantly blend away. I like that there's no shimmer to it. It's matte. There's so many good things about it. The one problem that I have is that it settles in my crease. And that's kind of a bummer for me, because I really want things, you know, when I'm putting on stuff in my eyes, I want it to last all day. I want to go at least a good 10 hours without having to worry about my eye makeup ending up on places other than where I put it. And this settling in the crease really draws attention to that line right here, that it just doesn't look good. Is it easy to go to the bathroom or pull out a hand mirror and just kind of like do this? Sure it is, but I don't want to have to do that. That's the only problem I have with this whole set. I feel like everything else I really, really like. Do I still use the eyeshadow stick? Yeah, but it's just not my favorite thing in the set. All right, but I haven't stopped using the set like since it arrived. It's been fantastic. Down to the top three things. One thing that I haven't stopped reaching for since it came and I use almost every single day is this guy right here. This is from Prime Prometics. It's their foundation brush. This brush is so great. I love how densely packed it is, but not so densely packed that there's not movement to it. You can definitely feel how the bristles go back and forth. It's really great at buffing or stippling on your foundation. I use it for my concealer as well. It's super soft. It washes well. I have really been liking this brush. I think this is a great brush. And out of all the Prime Prometics things that I've been trying, this and the eyeliners have impressed me the most. All right, next in line for me that I've been enjoying, and I really like it, and I kind of gave it like a not so great review when I first tried it, and it's because I used it wrong. I used it wrong and then I blamed it on this, but it's the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. I have the shade in 1N. I'm wearing it today. I do like this formula. I like that it is a little bit on the hydrating side, but when it sets, it sets. I like that it can kind of get rid of, you can see how I have some freckling here, and the freckling underneath this is very much like, wait, where did it go? I like that. I like the perfecting aspect it brings to the face, and I like the way that it sits on my face. Now, I thought this is supposed to have oil controlling powers to it, and I used a setting spray that was very hydrating, and this powder melt from One Size. Yes, it melted all the powders in my face, but it also kind of disrupted the staying power of this Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. Now, this works best for me on days when I don't use a setting spray, or if I use something that's not hydrating, like an actual setting spray, not a hydrating spray. I really like this foundation. I think it's been working really well. I understand the hype behind it. I would recommend it probably if you have mature skin. For somebody who, I wouldn't recommend it for super dry skin. I would recommend this foundation for people with normal to combo skin, maybe even oily skin. I wouldn't really say this is the best thing out there for dry skin. Now, that's just my take on it. I find that when I have dry patches, it does kind of cling in areas, but I've been trying to get back on the exfoliation train and make sure that my skin is really happy. But I do like the way that this wears. I do like the way that this looks on my skin. I think it looks really pretty. I like that it doesn't settle into any of my expression lines. I just think it's a beautiful foundation, and I've been reaching for it a lot. Okay. Thing that I have loved the most and used the most and can't stop reaching for is this. And this is the archival set from Merit. This is such a great set. It's a lip liner, a lip gloss, and a lip blush, which is a beautiful formula of lipstick. I'm not really good with swatches on my left hand, but this is the lip oil and lip gloss hybrid here. I think it's beautiful. My favorite thing is their lip pencil in archival, and this lip blush is so pretty because it's so sheer. I'm wearing all three of these comboed on my lips today. I really like the way that these formulas perform. I feel that the gloss is really, well, it's more of a lip oil, but it's not too oily. It is kind of like a gloss and oil mix, and I feel like it's really lovely. The shade is pretty, but for me, it's the lip liner and the lip blush that really just make this set perfection. The lip blush is so thin and lightweight on the lips that it's hydrating but not heavy. The lip liner is the perfect hydrating lip liner, and it's unlike any other lip liner I've tried. I haven't tried all lip liners ever, but I would say that the thing that kind of comes the closest is the new MAC Lip Glazer Glossy Liner. But it's not nearly as glossy as the ones from Merit. Now, the reason I like a glossy lip liner is that, especially as we get into colder months and my lips get drier and drier, it's another way of adding hydration to the lips. So I love this formula. This is the 5th pencil that I have from Merit. I love this so much. And thanks so much for watching today. I always love going through and sharing my final thoughts with you on makeup that I've been trying. Things that didn't work, things that I kind of liked, and things that I'm head over heels for. I always love being able to share those thoughts with you because it's fun to try things on for the first time, to have an initial first impression. But then it really comes down to what really works, what's the best, and what do I keep reaching for amid all of the makeup I have in front of me. I think that's valuable information. I have an entire playlist of makeup updates. I'll link it for you in the description box down below if you want to watch another. Thank you so much for making the time to watch today. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.